kindergartners. I hope you guys are having a great day today. My name is Miss Schlor, and I have been doing the other two videos that you have watched on Monday and Tuesday. And today we're going to continue to work on our foundations phonics. And we're going to do some different things today. Some of the things will be similar to what we did, and some of the things will be some different activities. We're going to practice writing some sentences. We're going to practice some letters and sounds, and we even get to practice some power words we have right here, which is super important for our reading and writing. So I really hope that you enjoy today's video, and I can't wait to get started. Today, you are going to need a pencil and paper, especially for writing our sentences today. You're going to want to have those things. So go ahead and go grab those if you can. We're going to be doing it at the end, so you have some time to gather those materials. And remember, usually we're going to need paper and pencil on all of our videos. So you're going to want to start with those things already there, so we're ready to get started right away. We are going to go ahead and just get started. We're going to say our letter keyword sounds. I have some new letters here today and our red vowels, because we always have to practice our vowels because they can be kind of tricky sometimes. So remember, I said that in my classroom, I like to do some different movements, and I'm teaching you guys the movements that I do. So go ahead and watch to see what I do, listen to hear what I say, and then repeat after me. When I point at you, that means it's your turn. Let's go ahead and get started. P, pan, p. G, game, g. R, rat, H, hat, N, nut, O, octopus, ah. U, up, I, itch, A, apple, E, ed, And those are all of our letters today. I hope that you guys were following along with me as I was doing my motions and saying the sounds and letters, because remember, we really have to practice a lot for it to stay in our brains for a long time. So we want to make sure that we're always practicing and doing it over and over again, because that's really what's going to help us to remember for next year when you guys are first graders. We are going to do 3 letters today where we write it. I need to grab my pen. Where we are going to write it, we are going to skywrite it, and then we will move on to writing some sentences with our power words, which I'm really excited for today. So remember, go ahead and grab your pencil and paper, and we are just going to get right into it today. The first letter we're going to do is R, rat, er. So listen to me first, and then we'll write it together. Here we go. Point to the plane line, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line, and make a little curve. R, rat, er. Here we go. Get your pencil. Oh, let's get our lid off of our pen. There we go. And we are going to start on the plane line. So point to the plane line, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line, and make a little curve. R, rat, er. Awesome job, my friends. Let's go ahead and skywrite it. Remember, we want super straight arms. We don't want any T-Rex arms, because then it's hard to see where we're going and what line we're pointing to. So we want super straight arms. So point to the plane line, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line, and make a little curve. R, rat, er. Awesome job, my friends. Let's go ahead and erase that. And we will move right along to our next letter. We are doing this quickly today. The next letter we have is P. P, pan, P. Listen first. Point to the plane line. Go down to the worm line. Trace back up to the plane line and curve all the way around back to the grass line. P, pan, P. Awesome job, my friends. Let's go ahead and get your pencils ready. We're going to point to the plane line, go all the way down to the worm line, trace back up to the plane line, and curve all the way around to the grass line. P, pan. Great job, my friends. Shake out that arm, get it ready to go. Here we go. Point, super straight. No T-Rex today. Super straight arms instead. Point to the plane line. Go all the way down to the worm line. Trace back up to the plane line and curve around to the grass line. P, pan, P. Awesome job, my friends. We have one more letter. Only doing 3 today, so we have plenty of time for our power words. The next letter that we are doing is N, net, N. Listen first, point to the plane line, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line and make a hump. N, net, N. Awesome job, my friends. Let's get our pencils ready to write it. We are going to start on the plane line, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line and make a hump. N, net, N. Awesome. Last time that we're going to use our super straight arms today, so let's shake it out. Let's get it ready to go. Here we go. Point to the plane line, go down to the grass line, trace back up to the plane line and make a hump. N, net, N. Awesome job, my friends. I'm going to put those cards down, and we're going to take a small break today. That way, remember, we need to have plenty of time for our power words because those are super important for reading and writing. And we're going to play a little game. We played it on Monday, but we're going to play it again today. I'm going to say a sound of the part of my body that I am thinking of. You are going to touch that part of your body, and then I'm going to tell you what part I was thinking of and see if you were right. So listen very closely to the beginning sound. The sound or part of our body that I'm thinking of starts with the sound eh. It starts with the sound eh. I wonder what it could be. What part of our body starts with the sound eh? Okay, hopefully you're pointing to it. The part of my body that I was thinking that starts with the sound eh is my elbow. It is right here. My elbow starts with the eh sound. We're going to do 2 more. The part of my body that I'm thinking of starts with the sound ch. It starts with the sound ch. What could I be thinking of? What part of my body starts with the sound ch? So there's actually 2 that I was thinking, well, 2 that it could be, 1 that I was thinking of. But you could have said chin. You could have pointed to your chin, or you could have pointed to your cheeks. They both start with the ch sound. Awesome job, my friends. We're going to do 1 more. And the sound, or the part of my body that I'm thinking of starts with the sound h. It starts with the sound h. Think of that part. Where should you be pointing? The part of my body that I was thinking of was my head. My head starts with the sound h. So hopefully you are pointing to your head. Awesome job, my friends. We are done with that game for right now. We will play it again on a different day. I'm going to grab my pen again. So that means you need to grab your pencil and your paper. But before that, I'm actually going to take this off right here because we are going to need some space to write these sentences. So there we go. We have plenty of space to write our sentences. And as you can see, we have our sight words right here that we have learned so far, hopefully in class. So let's go ahead and read them. I'm actually going to grab my super handy pointer right here. I'm going to point to a word. I'm going to say the word, and then I'm going to point to you, and you're going to say the word after me. You're going to repeat it. So here we go. Are, and, the, to, as, has. There's something special about as and has. What do you think it is? As, has. I know, they rhyme. They both have as in them. Has just has an H at the beginning. Very interesting. Is, his. Oh, there's something funny about this one too. It almost sounds like it also rhymes as well, just like as and has rhymes. Is and his rhymes too because they both have is at the end. Is. And our last one is a. Remember, a can be a word and it can be a letter. In this case, we're going to use it as a word. So I have 3 different sentences. I'm going to put this down for right now that we are going to write. Something I like to do in my class is I will say our sentence, and then we need to figure out how many lines do we need for that sentence. Because if we only have 4 words, we don't need 10 lines for all of our words. We only need 4 lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the word or tell you the sentence, and then we're going to say it on our fingers to figure out how many words it is. So our first sentence is the mom is fun. The mom is fun. Okay, so let's say it on our fingers. The mom is fun. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4 words. The mom is fun. So we need 4 lines for our words. The mom is fun. And then at the very end of our sentence, we always have to have a period, and the period tells us to stop. That's the end of our sentence. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this first one together, okay? The mom is fun. So our first word is the. So you're trying to write this along. So you need to have the lines on your paper, and you're going to write along with me. The. In my classroom, I have a word wall that I can use, either up on the wall or in front of me. Right here, I have a mini word wall in my home, and I spy the word the. It's right here, the, T-H-E. So that's my first word. Go ahead and write it with me. T-H-E, the. So now we need to figure out our second word, the mom. Is mom one of our power words? No, that means we have to tap it out like we practiced yesterday. So we practiced tapping out 3-letter words, and now we get to use it in our writing. The mom. Mom. Our first sound is ah. Our second sound is ah. Our last sound is an M. So now we have the mom. Okay, next word is. The mom is. Do you see the word is on our word wall? I see the word is right here. So I'm going to write that word is. The mom is fun. Is fun one of our power words? No. So we need to tap it out just like we did for the word mom. Fun. Fun. Here we go. Fun. And that's the end because we have our period and it told us to stop. So let's go ahead and read our sentence. The mom is fun. And that's the end. Awesome job, my friends. I'm going to erase that very long sentence that we worked so hard on. And we have time for you to do one sentence on your own. So I'm going to tell you, you're going to say it on your fingers and try to start to write it. And then I will do it with you and you can see if you got the sentence correctly written. So here we go. The bug was bad. The bug was bad. So say it on your fingers. The bug was bad. So we need 4 lines. The bug was bad. Now you try and write it. Here's our word wall. I'm going to point. The bug was bad. Remember, look for our words on here. And then tap out any word that is not one of our power words. Okay, my friends, let's do it together. The bug was bad. Ooh, our first word is a power word, the. The bug. Bug isn't a power word, so we're going to tap it out. B-a-g. B-a-g. Okay, the bug was. Ooh, was is one of our power words. I actually didn't have it up here, but it is a power word. So W-A-S spells was. The bug was bad. Bad is not a power word. Let's stretch it out. B-a-d. B-a-d. Awesome job, my friends. Let's go ahead and read those words. The bug was bad. Awesome job. Give yourself a pat on the back. You guys did such a great job. I know today was very hard work for you guys, and I just really appreciate you guys working alongside me. If you want to keep writing sentences, maybe ask your mom and dad if they can give you a few words to write and practice saying it on your fingers. Tomorrow we are going to read a story, so I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow in our next video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Ms. Zhang. I am a kindergarten teacher at Silver Lake Elementary within Federal Way. I am here to teach another math lesson for all the kindergartners or future first graders, did I say. So for our little warm up of sorts, I want us to practice writing our numbers. So practice writing our numbers. So if you could grab a piece of paper and a writing utensil of some sort, you can follow along as we are writing our numbers. On my screen, I have some numbers for us to look at, and I have it a little easy where I get to trace it. But you can follow along with me as I am tracing, and you can write your numbers with me. So our first number, I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. Our first number here is that I want to start with is 0. So 0 is like an oval. So we're going to start at one point and go all the way around and come back to the same point. But it's not quite a circle. It's a little bit taller than a circle. So that is our 0. The next number I want us to practice is we're just going to go in order. So we're going to start with the number 1. After 0 comes 1. 1 is pretty easy as well. You're just going to start at the top and you're going to go down, and there's our number 1. All right, if we move up, we have our number 2. Our number 2 requires a little, it's not as straight as number 1, right? So we're going to start here at the top, and we're going to actually curve around, kind of like you're making it up, and then curve back and stop, and then go straight across. So that's our number 2. All right, and then we're going to move on to our number 3. Number 3, I always say it reminds me of like a butterfly, like the wings of a butterfly, or one half of the butterfly. And so we're going to start at the top and kind of curl and loop to a point, and then curl and loop to another point. And that's our number 3. All right, nice job practicing with me. All right, so here is the next number, and this is our number 4. Some people write it like this. I don't typically write it, but we can practice it this way as well. This number 4 starts at the point right here. I can show you there, and it goes diagonal and then straight across. And then you start at that same point and you go down. That's one way you can write 4. The way that I commonly write it is I start at the top, I go straight down, and then straight across. And then instead of starting at that same point that I started at originally, I just start at a new point and I just go straight down. So that's also a number 4. And this, I would say, is how I prefer how to write number 4. All right, next we have our number 5. So pay super close attention, because a lot of times people mix up our number 5 and our number 2. So notice our number 5 starts on this side and goes to the left, straight across, goes down, and then you kind of make a bubble. That's our number 5. All right, after that, we have our number 6. Our number 6 is kind of, number 6 to me is kind of like just like a curly thing. Number 6, we're going to start at the top and we're going to curl around on itself and end there. Number 6. So make sure you're practicing along with me as we are writing our numbers. All right, after 6, we have 7. 7 is pretty straightforward. It's just a bunch of straight lines. So 7, we go straight across and then diagonal down. That's our number 7. And then we move on to number 8. Number 8. This one's very curvy, okay? So number 8, you start at the top. You curl around like an S, but then you don't stop. You keep curling around and you stop at the same starting point. That is our number 8. I think that one's pretty fun to write. All right, after 8 comes our number 9. Number 9 starts at the top, and you kind of make a circle, and you meet back up, and then you go straight down. So number 9. You notice it's kind of like an upside down 6. So you don't want to get those confused. Last but not least, let's practice writing our number 10. 10, you're going to start, it's actually kind of like 2 numbers. You see that? There's a 1 and a 0. So if you already can write a 1 and a 0, you just put those together, and that makes a whole new number. It makes the number 10. So number 10, we're going to start with our 1 first. And again, it just starts at the top and goes straight down. And then our number 0, kind of like a long oval, nice and round. All right. Make sure you practice a little bit along with me. So those are our numbers. Nice job, friends. We have 0 to 10. All right, so today's lesson is actually all about subtraction. And so that's what I kind of show when I'm talking about subtraction with my students. I show that I kind of am taking away. So that's kind of what subtraction is. I have some, but then some things are being taken away. They're being subtracted. All right, so that's a little bit about subtraction, and I can kind of model it for you. Let me see if I have my screen ready. All right, let's see. Let me get my blocks ready while that's happening. So if you notice, let me share my screen. All right, so over here I have my blocks. I have 4 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me both put down. I have 4 blocks. And so we talked about subtraction is taken away. So if I said 4 subtracting 2, I'm going to start with 4 and I'm going to take away 2. Okay, so watch. I'm going to start with 4, subtract 2. I'm going to take those 2 away. And then how many am I left with? 2. So when I say, and let me show you the symbol for subtraction, 4 subtract 2, I get an answer of, how many are left? 2. Nice job. So again, this little symbol right here, that is our subtraction symbol. That tells us we are taking away, okay? So that means I'm taking away something. It could be 1, 2, 3, whatever. All right, so that was 4, subtract 2 equals 2. All right, so now we're gonna try testing those out. I also made a big mistake and forgot to show you our learning target today. So let's do that first before I get too far ahead of myself. All right, so here's our learning target. Let me get my little pointer out. The learning target says is students will be able to understand subtraction and model it. So here's our big word, subtraction. Remember, that's taking away. And we're going to show modeling it. Just like I did with these blocks, we're going to model it as well. And I actually have some pictures to help model it. So just like we did an adding stars yesterday, this is called subtracting stars. So what we have here is we had some stars and then some were taken away. Those big X's, that means those were taken away. So we're going to solve this, or we're going to come up with an equation that matches our picture here. So in order to solve our equation, or figure out an equation that matches our picture, we need to fill in our blanks, right? Oh, and I just noticed I made a big mistake when I was writing our subtraction problem. Let me see if I can fix that. I had a plus sign instead of a minus sign. So blank minus blank equals blank. Let's figure it out, right? The first thing I'm going to need to do is I need to figure out how many I had first. I need to figure out how many I started with before anything was subtracted, anything was taken away, anything was put in, or any of them had an X put on them, right? So I need to count how many stars I have. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice I even counted the stars that have an X on them because those were there before, right? That's how many we started with. So I said 6. We had 6 stars first. And then I have my symbol telling me subtract. Here's my subtraction symbol, right? And so these X's, the ones that have an X on them, those were the ones that were taken away. So now I need to figure out how many have an X on them. How many stars have an X on them? So let's count the ones with X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them have an X on them. 5 of them were taken away. So I'm going to say 6 take away, 5 were taken away. And then how many are left? After we took away 5 from our original 6, how many are left? And I only have this one lone star left. So let's read our full equation. 6 take away, or 6 minus, remember this is either take away or minus, you could say either. 6 minus 5 equals 1. 1. Nice job. And you can also show it with your fingers. So let's try that. So now I need you to put up 6 fingers. 6 fingers, or maybe this might be easier. 6 fingers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I need to take away 5 of them. So, or I can't really take them away, but I can put them down, right? I'm going to put down 5 fingers. It can be any 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many fingers am I left with? 1. Nice job. So that's another way you can model it if you don't have any manipulatives or anything like that, like I am using. You have your own manipulatives right here. Your fingers are a great resource. All right, so let's see if we can do, maybe a couple more before we end our session, our lesson, I mean. All right, so next one. Nice job with that one. Now I want you, let's try this one again together. All right. So again, Ms. Young already messed up again. You see, that's a plus sign. I don't need a plus sign. I need a minus sign. Let's see. All right, so let's try this. Again, when we're counting or we're figuring out the equation that matches this picture, we need to count how many stars there were first, even the ones with the X's. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8. All right, is that how many you got too? All right, so let's start with our number 8 first. And then here's our symbol. We just fixed it. Here's our correct symbol, our minus sign. And we know we're minusing because we can see these X's on them, right? That tells us that these were being taken away. So let's count the ones that were being taken away. 1, 2, 3. I see 3 stars with X's on them. So that tells me 3 of them are being taken away. And now we're left. And then it says equal. So now how many are we left with? If we started with 8 stars and we took away 3, we took them away, how many are left? So let's count the stars, just the stars without anything on them, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. So we're left with 5 stars. And so now our full equation says 8 minus 3 equals 5. Nice job. All right. And then I want you to notice in our equations, in our subtraction equations, where is the biggest number? Where can you find the biggest number? Because I remember in our addition problems, the biggest number was after the equal sign, right? It was at the end. But our biggest number in our subtraction is at the beginning, which makes sense if you think about how subtraction is taking away. If we're taking away, that means our number is getting smaller. All right. So I want to go back to our learning target. It says students will be able to understand subtraction and model it. So hopefully you're able to get an understanding of what subtraction is and either model it using your fingers or model it using some little manipulatives you may have around the house. It can be anything. It can be little coins. It can be, I don't know, anything that you have a lot of at home. All right, let me stop sharing and all right. So that is it for our lesson today about subtraction. Tomorrow, come back and we will be talking about addition and subtraction, getting some more practice with addition and subtraction. All right, bye everyone.
qué alegría verlos otra vez. Bienvenidos a nuestras clases de matemáticas de cada día. Estoy muy feliz de que estén aquí conmigo otra vez en nuestra clase número 3. ¿Pueden creerlo cómo rápido ha pasado el tiempo? ¿Están listos? Vamos a cambiar nuestro canal para comenzar al canal del aprendizaje. ¿Listos? ¿Recuerdan? Nos vamos a dar una vuelta a la cuenta de 3 y vamos a comenzar. ¿Están listos? Acompáñenme. 1, 2, 3. ¡Vamos! ¡Ya estamos listos! ¡Excelente! Aquí vamos. Ya estamos listos. Vamos a comenzar como todos los días con nuestro calendario. ¿Recuerdan? Okay. Ayer dijimos que era día martes. Si ayer era día martes, ¿qué día será hoy? También comienza con la letra M. Hoy es día miércoles. Excelente. Ayer fue lunes 7 de julio. ¿Recuerdan que dijimos que en julio tenemos un balde y una pala porque representa el verano? En esa estación estamos. Si ayer fue martes 7 de julio, le vamos a agregar al 7 un día más. 7 más un día. ¿Qué día será hoy? Veamos, contemos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hoy es miércoles 8 de julio, pero además estamos aprendiendo a completar nuestras secuencias, ¿recuerdan? Las secuencias son patrones a seguir. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez. ¿Cuál vendrá ahora? Pensemos todos, ¿cuál vendrá ahora? Comencemos con este primero, pez. A ver, pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, pez. ¿Les parece? No, porque son dos iguales. Probemos con el delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, delfín. No, parece que nos saltamos uno. Entonces, ¿cuál será? Nuestro amigo el cangrejo. Veamos cómo suena ahora. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo, delfín. Pez, cangrejo. Excelente. ¿Qué será mañana? ¿Qué creen ustedes? Muy bien. Vamos a continuar con nuestra lección. Vamos a conectar un poquito con lo que hicimos ayer. ¿Recuerdan lo que aprendimos ayer? ¿Alguien recuerda? ¿Qué aprendimos ayer? Ayer aprendimos a sumar números hasta el 10, ¿recuerdan? Excelente. Usamos objetos. ¿Recuerdan que hicimos sumas con pelotas de fútbol, pelotas de básquetbol? Haciendo nuestra suma. También utilizamos nuestros dedos para sumar. Y finalmente ecuaciones numéricas. Lo hicimos muy bien. Hoy les doy la bienvenida a nuestra tercera lección, o sea, la lección número 3. Como todos los días, necesito que tengan papel y lápiz o una pizarrita y marcadores para trabajar. ¿Están listos? Voy a contar hasta 10 y les voy a dar tiempo para ir a buscar sus cosas. Desde ahora, ya. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. ¿Ya llegaron todos? Nos faltan algunos. Igual que ayer, hasta 100. ¿Están listos? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. ¿Ya llegaron todos? Ya están todos aquí. La meta de nuestro día es, vamos a subrayar meta, es aprender a representar la resta de diversas maneras. Ayer hacíamos sumas, hoy un poquito más difícil vamos a hacer restas. ¿Alguien sabe lo que es restar? Pensemos un ratito, ¿qué es restar? ¿Sí, ya saben? Ok, les voy a enseñar. Restar significa quitar, Vamos a hacer las mismas señas que el otro día con la suma, pero con resta. Restar es quitar. ¿Listos? Restar es quitar. Excelente. Entonces, para poder lograr esta meta, podré restar empleando objetos, igual como lo hicimos con la suma, pero ahora lo vamos a hacer con la resta. Vamos a utilizar objetos. Podré restar usando mis dedos, igual como lo estábamos haciendo con la suma, y podré resolver ecuaciones numéricas. ¿Recuerdan lo que era una ecuación numérica de un problema escrito? Cuando poníamos el número con el signo más o menos y el resultado. Ok, ¿ya están listos todos con su pizarrita y su lápiz? Ok, el primer número es el siguiente. 4. 4. ¿Cuántos crayolas tendré que poner? Muy bien. 4. 1, 2, 3 y 4. Y este signo de acá, ¿qué representa? ¿Recuerdan? Es menos, que representa restar, es quitar. Si ya tenemos 4 aquí, ¿qué es lo que tenemos que hacer? ¿Cuántas le tenemos que quitar? 2. Las vamos a marcar así para quitarlas. 1 y 2. Las podemos marcar en su pizarrita o en su cuaderno. Por lo tanto, ¿cuántas nos quedan? 1 y 2. Eso quiere decir si tenemos 4, le quitamos 2 o menos 2 es igual a 2. Y con nuestro lápiz mágico escribimos 2. Excelente. Ahora con los borradores. Nos está diciendo 5 menos 3 es igual a. ¿Cuántos borradores tendré que poner? Pensemos. Excelente. 5. Dibujen 5 objetos. No tiene que ser borrador, lo que ustedes quieran. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5. ¿Qué tenemos que hacer ahora? Miren el signo dice menos, que significa restar es quitar. Háganlo ustedes. Pueden hacer una rayita en su lápiz, con su lápiz o en su pizarrita. ¿Listos? Ok, entonces, ¿cuántos vamos a quitar? 3. 1, 2 y 3. ¿Cuántos nos quedan? 1, 2. Excelente. Lápiz mágico número 2. Y ahora vamos a comprobar usando nuestros dedos. 4, dice el primero, 4. Y le voy a quitar, le quito 1 y le quito 2. ¿Cuántos me quedan? 2. Excelente. Y ahora 5 dedos y le quitamos 1, 2, 3. ¿Cuántos nos quedan? 1, 2. Excelente. Nos dio el mismo resultado. Eso quiere decir que 4 menos 2 es 2 y 5 menos 3 es igual 2, pero con distintas ecuaciones. Ok. Pinceles y tijeras. A trabajar. 4 menos 2. Ocupen su pizarrita o su papel. ¿Cuántos objetos tenemos que poner? 4. 1, 2, 3 y 4. ¿Y cuántos les vamos a quitar? O los podemos tachar, ¿cierto? ¿Cuántos? 2 le vamos a quitar. 1 y 2. ¿Cuántos nos quedan? Contemos, perdón, contemos. 1, 2. Nos quedan 2. ¡Excelente! Sigamos con las tijeras. Nos está diciendo 5 tijeras. 1, 2, 3, 4 y 5 tijeras. Y dice menos, que significa restar es quitar. Le vamos a quitar 3. 1, 2, 3. ¿Cuánto nos dio entonces? Nos dio 2. Excelente, chicos. Ya que hemos trabajado muy esforzadamente, nos vamos a tomar un descanso. ¿Listos para la adivinanza del día? Okay, escuchen atentamente. Dice así. Cuéntame las manos o cuéntame los pies y enseguida sabrás qué número es. Cuéntame las manos, cuéntame los pies y enseguida sabrás qué número es. ¿Qué número será? Déjenme contar mis dedos. ¿Qué creen ustedes? ¿Ya adivinaron qué número es? Díganme. Exactamente, es el número 5. 5 dedos tenemos en cada mano y 5 dedos tenemos en cada pie. Muy bien, chicos y chicas. Nuestro problema del día. ¿Están listos? Voy a leer yo. Ustedes van a escuchar y después vamos a leer todos juntos. Vamos a comenzar. Dice así. Hay 5 pájaros en el árbol. 2 pájaros se fueron volando. ¿Cuántos pájaros hay en el árbol ahora? ¿Listos? Ahora leemos todos juntos. Hay 5 pájaros en el árbol. 2 pájaros se fueron volando. ¿Cuántos pájaros hay en el árbol? Vamos a utilizar nuestros objetos para poder resolver esta resta. ¿Recuerdan? Restar es quitar. Primero vamos a subrayar los datos importantes. ¿Qué creen ustedes que es importante subrayar? Que hay 5 pájaros en el árbol. Hay 5 pájaros. ¿Qué más podemos subrayar? Que 2 se fueron volando. ¿Y la palabra? Se fueron. Fueron. Quiere decir que ya no están. Muy bien. Se fueron volando. ¿Cuántos pájaros hay en el árbol ahora? Vamos a usar nuestros objetos para que se nos haga un poquito más fácil. Hay 5 pajaritos en el árbol. Ayúdenme a contar. 1, 2, 3, 4 y uno más son 5. ¿Cuántos se van a ir volando? 2. Muy bien, se van uno volando. Este va a volar por aquí. Se fueron 2. Y ahora ayúdenme a contar. ¿Cuántos quedaron? 1, 2, 3. Quedaron 3 pajaritos en el árbol. Veamos, habían 5, se fue 1, se fueron 2. ¿Cuántos quedaron? 1, 2 y 3. Excelente, lo vamos a escribir aquí. Quedaron 3. Muy bien. Y ahora nuestra ecuación numérica, ¿cuál sería? Habían 5 pajaritos en el árbol, se fueron, o sea, menos 2. Y nos quedaron 3. Excelente. Muy bien. Y lamentablemente, otra vez llegó la hora de despedirnos. Vamos a repasar qué aprendimos hoy antes de irnos. Hoy aprendimos a restar. ¿Qué es? Restar es quitar. Utilizando objetos, ¿cierto? Utilizamos objetos que usamos en el aula como crayolas, pinceles. También aprendimos a restar utilizando nuestros dedos, usando nuestros dedos como vemos en la foto. Y por último, restar nuevamente utilizando una ecuación numérica. Excelente trabajo, chicos. Los espero mañana para que continuemos con nuestra lección número 4. Vamos a volver a trabajar en restas, pero con números hasta el 10. Adiós.